I will continue reading the book of Abraham. We were left at the end of chapter 7 because the fire alarm went off in another building nearby. Everything is resolved now, so we will continue with chapter 8. But I want to make a point once again. In chapter 7, it says that God made the heavens red, and that's really strange. It's gonna stick with me. If this is a factual book, that's something. If not, beautiful piece of art. Okay, chapter 8. Then I was thinking about my father Terah being in the court of my house when the voice of the Mighty One came down from the heavens in a stream of fire and called to me, saying, Abraham, Abraham, in a stream of fire. And I said, Here I am. Then he said, You are searching in the wisdom of your heart for the God of gods, the Creator. I am He. Get out from Terah, your father, and go away from the house, that you too may not be killed because of the sins of your father's house. Then, as I went out, and I was not outside the entrance of the court yet, the sound of a tremendous thunder came and burned him and his house and everything in this house to the ground for a space of 40 cubits. Wow. It doesn't disappoint with the dramatic. And I realize I should wear my glasses. It doesn't disappoint. Wow. Wild. Terrifying. Okay, chapter 9. Then a voice spoke to me twice, Abraham, Abraham. I said, Here I am. And he said, Look, it is I. Fear not, for I am with you, because I am before the ages. I am the mighty God who created the first light of the world. I am your protection and your helper. He continued and said, Behold, it is I. Fear not, because I am before the world was. I am mighty, the God who has created all. I am the light of the age. I am your protector and your helper. Go, get me 3-year-old heifer, a 3-year-old female goat, a 3-year-old ram, a turtle dove, and a pigeon. Go, take me a young heifer of 3 years, and a female goat of 3 years, and a ram of 3 years, a turtle dove, and a pigeon, and bring me a pure sacrifice. In this sacrifice I will lay before you the ages to come, the future, and tell you what is in store, and you will see great things which you have not seen before. I will tell you things kept guarded, and you will see great things which you have not seen, because you desired me and searched for me, and so I called you my beloved. Aw, so sweet. But for 40 days abstain from every kind of food cooked by fire and from drinking, because you have loved to search me out, and I have named you my friend. Oh, and that's why they say Abraham is God's friend. So he is to fast. Fasting is really important in your spiritual progression. And also abstain from anointing yourself with oil for 40 days, and then give me the sacrifice which I have commanded you in a place which I will show you high on a mountain. And there I will reveal to you the ages which have been created and established by my word. I will make known to you what will come to pass for them who have done evil, and for those who have done righteousness in the generation of men. And that was chapter 9. And this is very interesting because God encounters Abraham. God reveals himself to Abraham as the voice, and he says, I am. And that's something he also does in the Bible when he meets Moses, and Moses asks, what's your name? And he says, I am. And this is really interesting because we experience time as past, present, and future, but for God, time is all one, and He's always present. There's no past, present, or future for Him. Our past, present, and future is all a little dot in space for Him. Chapter 10. Then I heard the voice telling me such things, and I heard the voice of him who spoke these words to me, and I looked around for him. I found I could not breathe, and fear seized my spirit. My soul seemed to leave me, and I fell down like a stone, like a dead man falls to the earth, and I had no strength to stand. Yeah, I mean, that is a shaking experience. I was laying with my face down to the earth when I heard the voice of the Holy One speaking, "Go, Joel, and by the power of my ineffable name, raise up that man over there, and strengthen him, so that he recovers from his trembling. Consecrate this man for me and strengthen him against his trembling." The angel he sent to me in the likeness of a man came, and he took me by my right hand and set me up upon my feet and said to me, "Stand up, Abraham, friend of God who loves you. Do not let your trembling seize you, for look, I've been sent to you to strengthen you and bless you in the name of God who loves you." So sweet. He is the creator of the heaven and the earth. Do not fear, but run to him. I am called Joel by him who gives life to those who exist with me on the seventh level of heaven. It is done by the power of the goodness of the ineffable name that is dwelling in me, the name of God. This book is like a workout. It's so big and heavy. I am the one who has been given the authority to restrain the threats and attacks of the living ones, cherubim, against one another, and to teach those who have him within them the song of the seventh hour of the night of man, according to his commandment. I teach those who carry the song through man's night of the seventh hour. That's very strange. I don't know what that is. I am the one who ordered your father's house to be burned with him because he honored the dead gods. I am given authority to restrain the Leviathan, the serpent, the reptiles, the big monster that the Bible mentions, because every attack and menace of every Leviathan are subject to me. I am he who has been given power to loosen Hades, the place of the dead, I believe, and destroy him who watches over the dead. I have been sent to bless you and your land now, for the Eternal One, whom you have invoked, has prepared for you. For your sake I have ventured my way upon earth. Stand up, Abraham, go boldly, be very joyful and rejoice. And I also rejoice with you, because you are venerable, and I am with you. For everlasting honor has been prepared for you by the Eternal One. Go and do the sacrifices commanded, for I am with me, and with me Michael, the famous angel, blesses you forever. I have been commanded to be with you, and with the generations that will spring from you. Be of good cheer and go. A guardian angel of an entire nation. Chapter 11. And I stood up and saw him who has grasped me by the right hand and set me on my feet. The appearance of his body was like sapphire, and the look of his appearance was like peridot, and the hair of his head was like snow. A kidaris, a Scythian hat with long flaps usually worn by kings, was on his head, and its look was like that of a rainbow. His garments were purple, and the golden staff was in his right hand. And he said to me, "Abraham." And I said, "Here is your servant." He said, "Do not let my appearance frighten you, nor should you let my speech trouble your soul. Come with me, and I will be with you visibly until the sacrifice. But after the sacrifice, I'll be invisible forevermore. Be of good cheer and come." Chapter 12. The two of us went together for 40 days and nights. Wow. And I ate no bread and drank no water, because my food and my drink was to see the angel who was with me and to hear his voice. So that experience was sustaining him. We came to the mount of God, Mount Horeb, and I said to the angel, "Singer to the Eternal One, I have no sacrifice, and I do not know a place with an altar on the mountain. How can I bring a sacrifice?" And he said to me, "Look around you." And when I looked around, there following us were all the required animals, the young heifer, the female goat, the ram, the turtle dove, and the pigeon. And the angel said to me, "Abraham." And I said, "Here I am." And he said, "Slaughter all these animals and divide them into halves. Place the one half against the other half. but do not divide the birds. So split them in half and place them opposite to each other, but not the birds. Give this to the man whom I will show you standing by you, because these are the altar upon the mountain, to offer a sacrifice to the Eternal One, to God. But the turtle dove and the pigeon you will give to me, because I will ascend on the wings of the birds to show you what is in the heavens, on the earth, in the sea, in the abyss, in the lower depths, in the Garden of Eden, in its rivers, and in the fullness of the universe. And you will see in its circles in all. So the angel gets the birds, and then they will rise up on the wings of those birds to see the heavens and all things, the entire universe. And you will see its circles. Its circles weird. I'm gonna pause here and I'm gonna start reading the other chapters because this will get interesting, but first I need to do some errands.